YouTube. Got me a pair of wire strippers from SouthWire here. I've actually never, I didn't even know SouthWire made tools to begin with, but so this is my first SouthWire product. I got them, well, I had a pair of Kleins, kind of similar to that, except this is for Romex, and they've disappeared. So I was just going to get another pair of Kleins, and I went to the Lowe's because I thought that's where I got them, but they had SouthWire here. And like I said, I've never used them. I didn't even know they had them. They looked pretty nice. They're about the right size. I like my wire strippers on the smaller side than you know, the bigger ones. In fact, the other Kleins I had were even larger than this because I had the crimpers in the bottom. I don't really like the crimpers in the bottom. I like to have a separate crimper. But anyways, you know, like I said, I saw these and I was picking them up. They're pretty nice. And where I'm at, there's actually a Home Depot right beside the Lowe's. So I decided to go over to Home Depot and check out the Klein version of this, you know, because they have one, it's almost identical, except it's just basically a different handle. And it was about $4 more expensive. That's the first thing I noticed. The second thing I noticed, it's actually the metal that the Klein is using is, I wouldn't say half as thick, but it's definitely thinner, much thinner. This actually was supposed to be $10.98, and I think the Kleins were 14 or 15 bucks. But I don't know if this is still going on or not. In fact, I didn't even notice. I just happened to, I was cleaning off my test bench and I actually came across the receipt that I had, and I bought this in June. But it was $2.20 discounted, so I actually paid under $9 for them. American made. You know, like I said, the Klein version is for 14 or 15 bucks, so it's much cheaper, and they're excellent. As far as like when you're stripping wires, you know, one thing you got to worry about, especially if they're cheap. That's one thing I was concerned about. You know, for something under, you know, about 10 bucks, you know, is whether or not when you actually do strip it, does it, you know, scratch or you gouge the wire that you're stripping. And these are pretty excellent. They're extremely sharp. They do a very good job. This is probably the best wire to be stripping, but because it's so old, but it does great. The handles, they're, yeah, almost all of them seems like today are using, even the Kleins, even the engineers, it seems like they're using just some slip-on. You know, they're molded and they just slip them on, but they're all different. These feel more rubbery. It's supposed to be an elastomer, but these are my favorite handles. I just like them. They feel real good. The Kleins, I should pick up the right ones, huh? the Kleins, I you know, I don't dislike them. They're comfortable. They're, I want to say it's a plastic or a vinyl. I mean, it's not, it's much more rigid than the other two, but they're still, if you can still squeeze them a little bit. So, you know, for all intents and purposes, the handle material, you know, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I think these are excellent, especially for the money. These are a deal. If they're still discounted $2.20, there's nothing that can touch them. You can get a good look at the gauges that it'll do, solid and stranded. When I'm thinking about it, if you decide you are interested in these, they also have a selection of Chinese made ones, and they seem to be very nice too. They're a couple dollars less expensive, and they also make some stainless steel versions. So if you're, you know, a technician that's outside a lot or in high humidity environments like the South, like where I'm at, you might want to get a stainless steel version. it.